So please hear from him. And Vedasara actually he grew up in the Gurukul from the very childhood. He became a devotee, and he's been serving Krishna throughout his life. So let's welcome by chanting one time Hare Krishna loudly Vedasara Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So after the class we'll have more kirtan, there will be mini arati for the Sunday sponsor, then there will be a little bit more announcement, then there will be Mahaprasad for everyone. So stay with us, be tuned, Hare Krishna.
So we're going to do something a little different today. So thank you all for joining us. I'm so happy to be back with all of you. So we're going to do something a little interesting because I want to share with you about the spiritual journeys of many young American boys and girls and European boys and girls who are also on a journey of bhakti, and you all will also get to be part of their journey. So I want to start with a kirtan, a very simple one, and I would like to see if you can follow. So please repeat the mantra after me and see if we can keep up with me. It's Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Let's try that again. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Shri. Jaya Jaya Shri. Vrindavana Dham. Vrindavana Dham. Who has it memorized? Raise your hand. Wow. For those of you who have not memorized, I want to help you memorize. This was a song that all of us were chanting every day of our life, almost even in our dreams, because we were so intoxicated with doing kirtan. Am I right, April? Yeah, the people were, just chanting this mantra all day long. Slow, and we'll make sure that you're able to chant this simple mantra, and then we'll begin. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Shri. Vrindavana Dham. Jaya Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sham. Jaya Jaya Shri Vrindavana. You memorize the mantra. Now all of you can follow. So you have to give me a beat. It's really slow, huh? Not too fast. Yeah. And the very interesting thing about putting your hands together in front of Krishna, you are eradicating your karmic sins and changing your destiny. So if you want a good destiny, this is the place. This is the time. Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sham, Jaya Jaya Radhe, Thank you all very much. So, we're going to take you on a little journey, a little tour. So, I think these lights will be sufficient. If you come on that direction, you'll be able to see the TV because I'm going to show you something on the TV. I'm going to use the... If you want, you can move over a little bit more to your right. Okay. So you can see. So, for the last, about 4 years ago, I had a realization, and that realization has led me on a spiritual journey that is a little different than what you're used to seeing me. And this journey is, I've been paying obeisance to Srila Prabhupada for 42 years, and I chant the Pranam mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Please repeat after me. Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. And more importantly, this last line, Paschatya Deshatarine. What does Paschatya means? Western or foreign land. Desha means country, foreign country. Tarine means to enlighten or to deliver. What did Srila Prabhupada come to deliver? He was a postman. They have United States Postal Service. So Srila Prabhupada, he was a postman. He was delivering something. And what was it that he was delivering? Thank you, Narayani. Yes. So for 42 years, I have been meditating, chanting this mantra, but I didn't really understand the depth of this mantra. And because you won't have to move a little bit more this way, it seems like they won't be able to see otherwise. Can you see what's on the TV? Just a little glimpse. So Prabhupada was a postman. He was coming with a special message. You may notice that when we look at the historical data on how mails were being delivered, at one point in Vrindavan, when Krishna wanted to send a message to Srimati Radharani, do you know what he used? Who knows? Gopinis. He used Gopinis. Anyone else? What else? What did he use to convey the message? Anybody knows? Huh? FedEx. He used Krishna and Radha, they communicated through parrots. Krishna's parrot is Sari, her name is Sari, and Radharani's parrot's name is Sukha. Sukha and Sari, these are the two parrots that used to communicate, take messages between Krishna and Radha. So this is how the messages were being communicated between the two. Then later on in time, thousands of years later, people were using pigeons. Yes? This was a very common thing. Sometimes they use eagles, sometimes pigeons. So, Srila Prabhupada came with a special message, and that message was encapsulated in his heart. And the message that he brought with him, it was Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. He brought the transcendental, unconditional, pure, eternal spiritual love in his heart, which is the definition of bhakti. He brought it in his heart, and he was instructed by his spiritual master to take this message to the Paschatya Desha, to the Western world. This was the message that he brought. He was carrying the message all the way from Goloka Vrindavan, being passed down in a chain of disciplic succession, where his spiritual master gave him this message and planted this seed and gave him this letter and bound it really deeply in his heart. And he brought that message to the Western world. Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra is written by himself. When you write something for yourself, you will be very clear what the message is. So Srila Prabhupada wrote his own Pranam Mantra, and he was very clear that his mission, his message is the message of Goloka Vrindavan, and he came to the Western world to give this message, the message of Prema Bhakti. So this is something I've been meditating on for many years. What is the real message that comes in the chain of disciplic succession? Of course we read Bhagavad Gita, all these books, but what is the real essence? The real essence is this Prema Bhakti. This is what he came to give. Or Raganuga Bhakti, or spontaneous devotional service. This is what he came to give. And so, for the last 4 years I've been very enlivened, and this fire in me has been burning to assist in this message of bhakti, this pure message of planting the seed of bhakti in the hearts, or lighting the little flame in everyone's heart, especially in Paschatya Desha. So this is a little picture that I has put together. Some people take pictures of what we do. So for the last 4 years, I've been dedicating my life to this mission of Paschatya Desha. And so I spent a lot of my time with American boys and girls and European boys and girls, trying to see how I can tell them about this special message of unconditional spiritual love. So for the last 4 years, been traveling within the United States in Atlanta, and also in Europe in the last 1 year. So I just want to share with you, what is it that we're doing? And how is it that we're doing it? And we'll just get a little glimpse, and then we can have a little bit more discussion on this topic. So Nitai, please. So this is, every year we have this retreat. This is a bhakti retreat in a place called Radha Desh. Radha Desh is a beautiful temple built on a very, very historical castle in Belgium. And there's hundreds of devotees that live there, but it's primarily a tourist destination. It's in the very ritzy parts of Belgium. So we go every year and we have this bhakti retreats. And every attendee on these retreats are people that have no idea what bhakti is. They have no idea about anything remotely about this whole concept of bhakti. And so, we hold these retreats once a year, and over the years, this retreat has been growing. And mind it, just like here in this temple, we are in Atlanta, Georgia. And primarily all the attendees, we all have Indian descent, which is beautiful. This is our mission. But what are the Atlanta natives? There is Narayani, there is Ki, there is Denise, there is Goparaj, any other Atlanta natives born and raised here. But you'll notice that the same situation is there in Radhadesh temple. It's in Belgium, but the temple is filled with non-Belgians. They're all from Russia or other Eastern European countries. There is maybe 2 Belgian devotees or Belgian full-time residents. It's a very interesting phenomenon that people, we sometimes tend to forget that it is our moral obligation to share this love with the local people. That's what Prabhupada did. He didn't go to the people in India to give them. No, we are here in America, we have to share this divine love, the spiritual bhakti with the local people. So in Belgium, every year we have these retreats where only the local Belgians come. And it's very interesting because in Belgium, they have 2 kinds of Belgian people. There's the French Belgian people and then there's the Flemish Belgian people. And where Radhadesh temple is surrounded by very, very ritzy French people. And as a result of our outreach, our Sangha in Radhadesh, it is all ritzy French Belgian people. And we've been doing this every year. And the whole process that we implement is the process of very gradually cultivating and nurturing this seed of bhakti, the seed of pure eternal connection with God. And this is something that, it's not something that happened overnight. It happens over many lifetimes. Manushyanam Sahasreshu. But we are simply there to begin and give them a humble start. So this is what's happening here. We use yoga, we use meditation, we use Ayurveda, we use kirtan, we use philosophy. So this is what's happening in Belgium. Can we see the next? Oh, he's switching. So these slides are very random, so I'll be going wherever he takes me, wherever Nitai takes me. This is another place where we do our retreats. So in Belgium we get about 100 or so people. We cap it to about 100 people. And this is, you can go to the next. This is a picture. This is a program that we're doing in a place called Gitanagari Farm. Gitanagari Farm is a farm that Srila Prabhupada established as a Varnashram experiment to train the devotees. It was a model for training the devotees in Varnashram, how to live life based on understanding your psychophysical nature and being engaged according to your psychophysical nature. So we do retreats in Gitanagari, and every year we also have about 100 people, 100, 120, we cap it at 100 people. And these are just beautiful people from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Syracuse, close to that region. So this is that. And now we are really, really going all over the place. Oh, this is Asheville. I recognize the picture. So we're not just in Atlanta. We have our Sangha in Asheville, North Carolina. For those of you who go visit, it's one of the most spiritually charged cities in the South. There's a lot of deep thinkers and a lot of yogis. One great Ayurvedic teacher who is the most renowned Ayurvedic teacher in the United States, Dr. Vasant Ladd, he also moved to Asheville and created his center there. So it's becoming a big hub of spiritual seekers. And this is a retreat that I did over there. It was a beginning, it was like the first retreat, so we had around 35, 40 people, completely new people, who just simply want to understand what is this bhakti. And they want to experience bhakti and understand bhakti. So this is in Asheville, North Carolina. Okay, we're going all over the place. Okay, we're already in Vrindavan. See, we went so far, from Belgium to Asheville, and then we're in Vrindavan. This is in Vrindavan. So this year, October 20th, we took 50 students from Europe and America to Vrindavan and Rishikesh. And one of the most beautiful experiences that I have experienced in my life as a practicing bhakti yogi for the last 42 years is when you take anyone to the land of Vrindavan, this is where spiritual connections between an individual soul and the Supreme Soul, between your personal loving self to the divine Supreme loving self, Vrindavan Dham. People just get completely transformed simply by the energy of Vrindavan. Simply by the energy of Vrindavan. You cannot believe the joy and the tears that you can see in people who had no idea who Krishna was, who Lord Shiva was. They go to Nilakantha temple in Rishikesh, where Lord Shiva drank the poison. You can see his Adam's apple. I don't know why they call it Adam's apple, but I still have to figure out. But Lord Shiva's Adam's apple is there. It's considered a place where you get rid of all your toxins in your life. So I took everybody there. It is a place where you have to release toxicity in your life. So, and I was shocked to see the line is, India, it's very crowded. Thousands and thousands of people. And these soft Americans and Europeans are waiting in line, getting squished just to release all the toxins. I think just standing in line getting squeezed, we're already releasing half the toxins. Because the mind drives you nuts, because they're pushing and shoving and squeezing, because people are so eager to release these vices that we have in our life: lust, anger, greed, envy, jealousy. So from there we went to Vrindavan. This is in Vrindavan. And it's just wherever we go, we just start doing kirtans. If someone is using the bathroom, a group of people want to use the bathroom, the other group are waiting. So we just start doing kirtan. So on an average day, we would have around 10 kirtans. And someone is, stuck at a traffic or waiting for them, we start Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham. And we just start. And everybody would just start dancing in the streets. This is what was happening in Rishikesh and Vrindavan. These are some ecstasies. Okay, I want to share with you this picture. So when we went to Vrindavan, Vrindavan is a known place for the place of pilgrimage where everyone comes to take shelter. So people in India, old days, when they were married and their husbands left them, for whatever reason, they become widows. They have no one to protect them and shelter them, and their children also leave them. So they have called the Vriddha Ashram or Widows Ashram in Vrindavan. And there is an approximate 20 to 30,000 widows that live in Vrindavan. And in India, it's a custom, many of you know, old day Indians. If you only got married once, if your husband died, that's it, you're on your own. Even if you're 14, 15 years old, you're on your own. So these widows that are here, we went to visit one of the widows' ashram. Imagine 50 Europeans and Americans coming to visit the widows. And these widows were sitting there singing so joyfully with the biggest smiles on their faces that you could ever see. And all these Americans and Europeans, they were sitting there, they could not understand These are widows? Why are they so happy? Why are they laughing and smiling? They couldn't understand. Because this is a different world. In America, when someone leaves you, you're sad, you're depressed. In India, in Vrindavan, when someone leaves you, it's a blessing. They all just take their japa beads in their hands and they're doing Radha Kund and Vrindavan Parikrama every day, and people are giving them prasadam, and they're the happiest people on the planet. This is what was such a big eye-opener for all the people that went to Vrindavan. And they were talking to them. And they could not, one was speaking in English or in French, and another was speaking in Bengali and Hindi. And they just kept talking to each other. No one understood each other, but somehow they understood. And they were crying and embracing each other. This is what was happening. This is in Radhakund. We did a beautiful ecstatic kirtan with them because they were doing kirtan. We wanted to join in. So we had this ecstatic kirtan. And yes, this is more Vrindavan Kirtan. When we go to a place of pilgrimage, you cannot see Vrindavan with your eyes. Just so that you know, you can go to Vrindavan as many times as you want. You can come to this temple, you will never see the deities. You'll come here, you will see, oh, the building doesn't have enough light, they didn't give me prasadam, the Charanamrita ran out, I was standing in line for prasadam for 15 minutes, that's too long. These are experiences you will have. So when you go to Vrindavan, you will see Vrindavan, which is not very admirable, because you will see it with your eyes. You will see it with your nose, and you will see it with your mouth, and you will eat prasadam and get sick and complain. But, so what we did in every one of our yatra, I'm very careful to make sure that I prepare everyone to understand that you're going to have to switch the lenses. You have to get new glasses. The glasses that you are wearing is not going to work in Vrindavan now. So we went and visited a Babaji. He was a sannyasi, Mahanidhi Swami. You can see him on the extreme right. He was Srila Prabhupada's disciple, and he was in the team compiling Srila Prabhupada's autobiography, Prabhupada Lilamrita, that you read. It was compiled by Satsuru Maharaj and a team, and he was on the team. So he is sitting there and doing bhajan and guiding devotees. So we went to see Vrindavan. The first day we went to Vrindavan, we went to see him, and he is giving us how to see Vrindavan. How to see the Vrindavan with the eyes of the heart and not the eyes that are protruding out of your head. So this is us, and wherever we went is doing kirtans. This is him. Oh, this is a little kirtan. You get the point. We went to see him. You have to first hear, you have to see Vrindavan with your ears. You have to close your eyes to see Vrindavan. Vrindavan is not visible to your eyes. If you see Vrindavan with your eyes, I'm sorry, you will miss the real Vrindavan. Because real Vrindavan is visible through your ears, and the eyes and the heart open, and Vrindavan is visible. So this is in Vrindavan. This picture is of our crew. You can see we were all traveling together. We met at a dhaba. You know what a dhaba is? And we met at a dhaba and took a picture because we didn't get any group pictures. So you can see the crew. And this is where? Oh, this is the kirtans. Oh, this is it. This is in Rishikesh. When we went to Rishikesh, there was a kirtan festival organized by ISKCON, MBT. They organized a big kirtan festival where every day thousands of people come. All Rishikesh is filled with Europeans and Americans and people from all over the world. Not just for Indians, because it's the Mecca of yoga. So they organized kirtan. So when we went there, we saw Sachinandan Swami. You can see him. He was the main leader of the kirtan organizers. So he came to greet all the people that came for kirtan. And it was such a beautiful introduction into Rishikesh, how to understand what is the significance of Rishikesh. How to see Rishikesh with your heart and not with your eyes. So this is in Rishikesh. Where is this? Oh, this is in the Ganga. So in Rishikesh, when we went there, we had 2 Ganga Aaratis every single day. In the morning, we'd start our sadhana at 6 a.m. On the bank of the Ganga, we start yoga, meditation, and we do a Ganga Aarati. And that goes on, our sadhana goes on for 3 hours. At 9 o'clock, 9:30, we start having our breakfast. So this is the morning. Oh, this is the yoga. You can see on the bank of the Ganga. People are having fun. And this is again morning kirtan, evening kirtan, noon kirtan, day kirtan, afternoon kirtan, night kirtan. People literally didn't get much chance to sleep because they were so high on spiritual energy. Oh, this is jumping again, huh? Rishikesh, Vrindavan, we're hopping all over the world really quick. So this is in Mayapur. So we had 2 yatras. One was Rishikesh and Vrindavan and Delhi. And our yatra started with serving. We went to the biggest Gurudwara in Delhi where they feed 100,000 people every day. So we were going to serve there for 1 hour. We ended up serving for 3 hours. Because people don't want to give up service. And our goal of the yatra was called the Seva Yatra. So we just went and we did so much prasadam service, people didn't want to stop. And they were crying when we had to leave. They were just shocked to see. No questions asked, you just come in and we feed you. So this is the mood that we had started with our troop. So this is in Mayapur. You can see Niranjana Swami. He is a very saintly personality. And it's very deep in his spiritual realizations. He has almost memorized all of Mahaprabhu's life in detail. This is what he studies. He is the leader in Ukraine. Ukraine is one of the most successful places where bhakti is spreading, and it's because of his perseverance and consistency in Ukraine. Even now, while they're getting bombed, the devotees are having programs every day in the bunkers. So this is Niranjan Swami. So we went and we met with him, and you can see Balaram. He's not here right now, but everyone was interrogating whoever we met. They were humbly asking them many spiritual questions. So this is in Mayapur Dham. That's it? Haribol. This is a picture from our programs at University of Georgia, where we have, 100 students come for our yoga classes. I think this is where this picture comes from. Someone took from the back. So, now I want to share with you 10 minutes a little bit of what is it that we are trying to do, how is it that we are working on fulfilling this spiritual message, delivering this spiritual message from the spiritual world. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he prophesied, like Nostradamus, he has given prophecies. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he prophesied, Prithivite ache jato nagar adi gram, sarvatra prachar hoive maruna. That there will be a day where everyone in every village and towns of the world, they will be resounding with the vibration of pure bhakti in their hearts. This is the prophecy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this prophecy that he made, those who follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're able to envision this prophecy. And when you envision such prophecy, what do people do? They want to be part of it. I was just sharing with Nath Prabhu this morning, we were just discussing in the ashram, that everybody in this world has dramas. Drama means what? Drama means you wear a costume and you act like somebody who you are not. So each and every one of us in this material world who are conditioned, we act as though we act like we're someone else. We don't act as ourselves. That's why Prahlad Maharaj explains that this material world is a stage and we are actors on the stage and we are continuously changing costumes and losing our identity with more and more costumes that we wear. Who has done drama before in school? Yeah, so these costumes that we wear, we identify so deeply with them, we forget our true identity. So I was telling him that in our life, we have to see how to stop our own drama and get into the real drama of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As long as we are stuck in our drama, our mental drama, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be successful, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, I am this, I am that, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, I'm going to destroy this person, I'm going to destroy that person, I wish that person didn't exist, I wish I was like that person. All of these desires, all of these costumes that we're desiring, all this drama that we bring upon into our lives are temporary and they're flickering. And the likelihood of you seeing the end game of that drama, you won't see it. Because the drama never ends. Your drama never ends. You will not be there to see your drama. So therefore, the acharyas are explaining, why don't we try to enter the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why don't we try to enter the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan? Because that drama, that leela, that's not drama. In spiritual world, that is called leela. In the material world, it's called drama. So when we enter the spiritual world, mentally we need to see how can we participate in that eternal leela of Radha and Krishna in the spiritual world. And unless and until we derive a deep aspiration to enter that leela, you'll be stuck in your drama. And so this is what we're discussing this morning. And what we're trying to do is get people to come more and more and get closer to Krishna Leela. When we were doing Govardhan Parikram with everyone, and Radha Kund, Shama Kunda Parikram, Nitai didn't put enough pictures in there. You could see at least 15, 16 people were completely in tears. Why were they in tears? Because they were actually feeling the presence of Krishna in these places. When I explained to all the attendees that you are going to see the biggest deity that ever existed, self-manifested in the world, they were like, wow, we want to see, what is this? And that is Giriraj Govardhan. Giriraj Govardhan is the biggest murti. Our deities are here. How big are they? How big is Govardhan? 24-kilometer radius. That is how big the deity is, and it is self-manifested. Krishna is there. So when everyone did parikram and chanting and dancing, you could immediately feel the strong presence of Krishna, who is the embodiment of transcendental, pure, unconditional, eternal spiritual love. People could feel that love in their hearts. And as a result, so many people were in tears. And this is what Vrindavan and these yatras, they do to people. You may have no knowledge. All you need to do is be in that spiritual space. And make sure that our mind and our consciousness is prepared to get out of our material energy vortex, which is the Kala Chakra, the time that just keeps moving in circle. We have to try to see how to shift to Sudarshan Chakra. This is the spiritual time, Krishna's time, the time of eternal love, the time of eternal spiritual relationships. And this is what we have been doing for the last few years, bringing more and more people to enter into the Leelas of Radha and Krishna, how to understand the spiritual union between the individual soul and the Supreme Soul, between our individual loving personality to the divine personification of love. So this is what we have been doing we have now beautiful communities in Connecticut, in Charlotte, in Atlanta, and then we have it in Bulgaria, we have it in Belgium, we have it in Netherlands. So in 4 countries now, totally, we are now just growing people to join this pastime. Mahaprabhu, when he came, I think Lochan Das Thakur, he sings this song very beautifully. Okay, one more minute. Ke jabe bhai, bhava sindhu par. Dhanya kali jugera chaitanya avatar. So this beautiful song that Lochan Das Thakur writes, he's saying, who wants to enter into the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna? Who wants to enter into the spiritual realm? Who wants to jump on this boat? Please come, please come. We're all waiting for you. This is the mood of the Acharyas. So we are simply trying to see how, and I feel that it is the duty of each and every one of us. Actually, Mahaprabhu was speaking to Indians. Bharata bhumite hoilo manushya janma jar jivana sarthaka kari para upakar. That we must take this message of spiritual love to the local people. Why should you not share this love that you have experienced to the local people? we are in their country. We should share what is the most precious thing that we have. It is not your IT. Definitely not. What is the most precious thing is the spiritual love that you have, that you must share with others. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested all Indians to do. So what we are asking all of you is to remind you of your dharma as Bharatvasis, that you must somehow share this pure bhakti, this pure love, pure compassion with others. And when you share this love, you will also experience love. And this is why I've been riding on a spiritual high for the last couple of years, because I get to spend time with people like he. You know, he came to India and I just remember looking at his face, you know. It was like this glow, this halo around him, you know, all over India, and just floating. It almost felt like 50 people that were traveling. They were so high on the spiritual energy, their feet were not touching the ground, because they were soaking it all in. Everybody was buying tulasi neck beads, everybody bought tulasi neck beads, everybody bought japa beads, everybody brought Vrindavan dust, Radha Kund water, Shama Kund water, Ganga water, just to remember all these powerful places. So this is what I have been up to for the last couple of years. And I beg all of you for your blessings, that I can continue this mission of lighting the candle that has already been lit, and just finding that flame of bhakti in the hearts of everyone. And please help us. There is only, we have a small group here in Atlanta. We are continuously trying to see how to reach more and more Americans and share this spiritual love with them. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any comments? Any questions? Yes.
I just want to know, like, we use the word bhakti so often, but I personally don't know what it means, like, in simple words. Like, I know, is it a devotion, or is it a service, or what is it?
So everyone heard that beautiful question? Mataji, what is your name?
My name is Sophia.
Sophia Mataji asked a very, very deep question. She said, I hear this word bhakti all the time. I hear it many times, but I don't know what it means. And does it mean devotion? Does it mean seva? Does it mean, what does it mean? So, this is a very big topic. I won't get into it deep philosophically, because Rupa Goswami explains this anya vilasita asunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanusevanu. So he gets it into very deep philosophy of bhakti. The reason it's so deep is because bhakti is very deep. It's endless. It's so deep. I will give you a small example of what I mean, that it's so deep, and then we can have more classes on. Can we move forward a little bit? There seems a little clutter in the entrance, please. So, bhakti is devotional service, means service with devotion. It is very common in the world. You'll hear about selfless service. Who has heard of selfless service? Raise your hand. Raise your hand a little higher if you've heard of selfless service. Everyone has heard of selfless service. For those of you who have not heard of it, you will hear about it. Selfless service is when the self is less and someone else is more. That is selfless service. For example, you look at Mother Teresa. She is a nun and she engages in serving others. So when she is doing service, she is doing selfless service. In selfless service, your identity is still there, still remains. That means, number one, she's a nun. She has an identity, and her identity is a nun, and she's engaged in unconditional service. But her identity is still there. And bhakti means self-forgetful service. When you forget who you are, that is what bhakti is. So residents of Vrindavan, they forget their identity. The gopis, when Krishna goes to Vrindavan, they forget that they're gopis. They're acting these different dramas that they're doing, and they're pretending, I'm Krishna, you are Aghasura, Bakasura, and they're enacting all those beautiful pastimes. You are so deeply engrossed in service that your identity is completely dissolved. Because material identity is not something that is in its purest form connected to the most purest form of bhakti. Material identity remains right here. And as long as we have a material identity, you'll be doing selfless service. When this material identity gets dissolved, then you'll be engaged in pure bhakti. So this is what bhakti means. Through service, your spiritual identity is revealed to you, and your material identity is dissolved. This is what pure bhakti means. So thank you so much. Any more comments, any questions? Otherwise, Arjun Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. He said, Rishikena Rishikesha Shevanam Bhakti Rachyate. Service to Krishna is bhakti. More simple. Okay, so thank you very much. Sunday feast sponsors you have? Did anyone sponsor Sunday feast? Raise your hand if you sponsor Sunday feast. Did anyone sponsor Sunday feast today or no? Is there a sponsor?
Yeah.
Are they here?
No, they're not here. They're watching online.
They're watching it online.
Let's finish.
Shri, sponsored by Shri Hari and Ramesh family. So we need to have someone to do the arati on their behalf. So we'll face their lordships and we'll do a nice kirtan.